How do you like the Hyundai?
Yeah, it works out great. It's been, I can't complain. It's pretty nice.
Yeah,
oh, yeah, I see. It says it's going to be just the way you suggested.
Good.
Well,
It's a little weird.
I was appreciating the architecture, just like this balance and symmetry of this
Oh, thank you.
home when you turn in there. Did you get a hand in like designing how that would look?
Well, a little bit, but we saw one down in Florida.
You saw one like this in Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of striking with how this has this balance to it.
Are you into architecture?
I'd say just, I don't know, patterns in general and design. Yeah. I couldn't tell you like
I like symmetry.
I like symmetry and I like when somehow you can have something on one side that's not on the other, but when it's balanced the right way, it gives you that same feeling. Yeah, so what is your trip that you have planned here?
We live part of the year in Florida, but we're going back for some doctor things right now.
Not as fun then.
Not as fun.
All right.
Can't really say we're going back for the weather because, you can just live here and one day you can have summer and the next day you can have winter. And
That is true.
we went from 91 to 38 in a matter of like 48 hours.
Yep. That day will go down in infamy. I remember my son going into riding a bus and just, it felt so weird to tell, like, they showed that on the forecast and it's 88 degrees in the morning and he's skipping off to the bus and I'm like, I think I should give you a coat or like a jacket. I was like, a coat feels like there's no way, just take this jacket. Turn up by 4 hours later, I was like, man, I should have given him his whole winter parka.
Yeah.
It keeps it interesting around here.
I guess. It seems, we've been here a long time, but it seems to get more varied each year.
Yeah, there's nothing like, the extremes are only the variety, right? Like, we don't have 110 like, Arizona or something like that. We don't have 5-foot snow drifts like they might in the Midwest, Michigan or something. We don't have anything that extreme, but it varies so much.
Oh, the winter here felt a little extreme.
With the ice storm.
Oh, the ice.
So, yeah, that was pretty bizarre. Days after, people still couldn't get their car out of their driveway.
Yeah, I would say from a standpoint of prolonged cold temperatures and ice and so forth, we've been here for 30 years. I think this is the worst winter we've seen.
We've had more snow, but it hasn't been so terribly cold with the ice for so many days.
No, if you told me it was going to be around 20 that many days in a row, I would have said, no, not around here. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It might hit in the 20s for a day, but not like several days.
Did you grow up around here?
Oh, no, all over the place. California mostly. New Jersey, Colorado, Rhode Island, up and down the coast of California. A little bit in Florida. Like northern.
Daughter that's getting ready to go to school in San Diego.
Oh wow, that's gonna be really nice. That's
I live in Florida. She's going all the way across the
that's all the way across. That's a time difference. It ends up feeling really far away if you have family on the East Coast.
I think that's her idea. Far away.
That's the intention. Well, that's the area. Like, I was born in San Diego, and every time I tell somebody about California, they go, "Oh, I've been to San Diego and I love it. It's the best place."
If San Diego wasn't so crowded and so expensive,
Yeah,
but it is an ideal spot.
that's the thing. Yeah, people go there and they're like, "Well, how can anybody afford to live here?" Somehow they do.
There are a lot of people that
Yeah.
afford it.
Yeah. I think that there's a lot of people that have these cool little homes that have, were built in the 60s, 70s, 80s.
Yep.
And if they've had that in their families since then, what they bought for, I think I remember my dad buying a townhome there for probably under $100,000. If he had it today, it'd be worth $1 million,
Yep. Yep, it's incredible. Of course, even the people that bought cheap, their taxes keep going up. It's terrible.
Yeah.
That's somewhat true here, too.
Yeah. You didn't do anything different, but you got to pay way more taxes.
Did you like Rhode Island?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, different, type of place. That whole New England kind of fancy vibe they have there. Newport, Rhode Island. Yeah.
There's a Block Island. Is it nice area?
One of the times we were there, there's like the Festival of Tall Ships. And that means like all these,
Yeah, they've done that here.
sailing, like so many, like a blast from the past. Just these massive ships with 4 big masts and sails, and they parade through there. That was pretty fun, just because Newport is right there on the water. Cool place to celebrate that.
It's another expensive place. Huh?
Yeah. And I think it's around there that there's like this walk you can take by the ocean. Like there's kind of cliffs, not terribly high cliffs. We're talking like, I don't know, 20, 30 feet high. Just like kind of elevated right where the water is. And I can't remember if the Breakers is the name of that walk or one of the famous homes on that walk, but it's where maybe in the 1700s and 1800s magnates from around the world would have like homes that you wouldn't believe, like borderline castles, all of them. Like you're looking, like you get to walk around and see all of them, and it's kind of mind-blowing. Like this place needed a staff of like 40 people just to run the household,
Like little Buckingham.
little Downton Abbeys.
Yeah.
And that's cool architecture too.
Yeah, I always marvel at both the size and the detail of those things that were built, centuries ago.
Yeah.
Amazing to me.
Yeah, centuries ago.
With no technology and pretty rudimentary machinery, to be honest. So a lot of hand labor.
Right. Yeah, the hand labor, the cutting, the carving, the matching things up, the fitting, from the stone people to the carpenters to the joiners. A window. Can you imagine your window, all those windows, and they got it like, I don't know how they freaking made the glass for them. And then the thing leaks, and you're like, oh, geez, I got to figure out why this thing's leaking. There's actually like those homes of Thomas Jefferson, like the Monticello, and there's another one called Poplar Forest.
There's the other one up near, is it Madison?
Montpelier.
It's kind of like Monticello.
Okay, Montpelier. Okay. I read about the poplar forest one for a project, and I guess that was where he ended up spending a lot of time later on, because it was more like I don't know, recreational, purposes. And there's a lot of letters written between he and his chief joiner, who kind of ran everything while he was out of town. What was the guy's name? Hemmings, John Hemmings. One of his slaves that was like, ended up being like a master carpenter and joiner. And they would write letters to each other. And there was a leak that they were trying to address how on earth to fix it. And each of them, they would have an idea, and he'd say, sir, I did the first thing that we discussed in your previous letter, and that didn't work, but you're like, by golly, I fixed it, and what it was, blah, blah, and he'd go into detail on it. But,
right down the road from where we are is his boyhood home in Tuckahoe.
Around the Tuckahoe area is where... Is that what it's called? The property?
Property.
Ah, okay.
Just right down the river, probably 3 miles, 4 miles from us.
No, I never even heard of that.
On the riverside. Off River Road. River up there. Jefferson. Yeah, Thomas Jefferson.
Is that right?
It was his boyhood.
I'd never heard of that.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't know where he was a boy. Okay, interesting. That one doesn't get as much fanfare for sure as the UVA stuff.
I think there's still people that live there, and I think there's still a connection with Fieldman, obviously, over a long period of time. I think there's still a connection.
Right.
And I think maybe they use part of it as an event space, and they left part of it here.
That'd be something right there. There is an event space that I picked somebody up from somewhere like between where I picked y'all up and like Powhatan. There's
On River or something. Does it have big brick columns?
I think so, yeah.
Go through, and it's a huge house that sits with an overlook of the river. Yeah, it's called River something, and they do weddings and parties.
Okay. It's so historical. But the person I picked up, she said, well, I asked the staff what it used to be. They're like, oh, it's very new. It's just meant to look like historical.
Got a very unassuming entry right off river, but then if you turn up and go in, it's very great.
Cool. Okay. There's another place where people do their weddings and receptions out almost like past West Creek. It's what is the name of that place? It's beautiful. It really almost looks like Downton Abbey.
Yeah, that's Dover Hall.
Dover Hall, yeah. I've never been in there, but it looks really cool on the outside.
Yes. It is very much like a Downton Abbey. And it's very dark because it was patterned after European castle, so it's a dark place. But
Okay.
there was a gentleman in Richmond, I don't remember the details of the story, but he wrote himself to there, he had something, and he sold for a lot of money. They built that as a personal home with the expectation that it would be an event space eventually, and it was. They lived there.
They built that as their home.
Yeah, they lived there. A couple with one child.
Little vineyards out there. A couple with one child. A lot of space. Better get a Roomba, so you don't have to vacuum the whole thing by yourself.
But it felt very much like being in Scotland or England. It was very Fairy Castle.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Come over to my mansion. Hang out.
Castle.
Yeah.
Like, let's have a play date.
I always imagine, like, if you have a home it's very nice, pretty big, and it's kind of on the borderline of mansion, but some of your peers that are in that same circle, and you're like, this party will be at our mansion at 425 Maple Street. And they're like, well, it's a nice home. I don't know if it's a mansion. It's a